Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Forex analysis for worldwide markets. It is 10:32 p.m. on March the 4th, and today we're going to be looking at three pairs. I want to look at the numbers from today as well as tomorrow before we get started. So today we had the Aussie dollar cash rate come out as expected. We had retail sales come out much better than expected at 0.9%, up from 0.4, and we had the unemployment change out better at only 59.4 thousand instead of the forecast of 77.5 thousand out of Spain. Numbers looking good there. Bad number for the pound, 46.8, and we had actually a pretty slow day today despite some of these this increase and decrease announcements. So first pair that I want to talk about is Aussie dollar. We had a little bit of a push up today on the good news coming from that pair. 61.8 is the level that we're just reaching at right now. 1.0212. Wow, we are shooting up here at the moment. 1.0225 currently we're printing at, and we are just above the 61.8. This pair is moving very, very quickly. Um, just as I make this video on this time frame. So we're right now exactly at the 61.8. We'll see if we can maybe possibly close above this bar, and if not, a possible bounce to the downside is definitely in the cards if we can't close above the 61.8. Another interesting thing is that it's sort of lining up with the 75 overbought level for the pair. We are going to be sort of reaching a climax and buying possibly in the next few hours. If the pair continues this push to the upside, we could possibly see an increase in the RSI and a push up to the 75 level, and possibly a swing back to the downside from the 61.8 level. So definitely keep an eye out here for that pair. The other pair I want to talk about is the US dollar Canadian dollar, which been keeping a close eye on the past few days, mostly for the fact that it's still sort of flirting with overbought territory. We're coming down a lot actually today, just based on the fact that we've been sort of stagnant. Um, we haven't seen too much of a pushback to the downside, but since RSI um, is a lagging indicator, we have seen a push to the downside based mostly on the stagnation. So RSI is currently at 69.3, and looks like we could possibly be coming off of the highs. For some reason, to me, this just doesn't feel like feel like we've reached the top yet in this pair. It looks like sort of a little bit of a continuation pattern. We sort of had a slow day for the dollar, but it could possibly turn into like a continuation of the upside if we do see further selling, maybe on the hourly charts if the RSI does hit below 25, point to a little bit of overselling, and we could possibly see a rotation back to the upside for this pair and the dollar in general. So we'll see if this continues throughout the week or if we do see a pushback to the upside. Definitely look at the closing level up at the highs here at around 1.0329 and a close of the next high level at 1.0305. So definitely keep an eye out on that pair as well. Lastly, we have the euro. I'm taking a look at the numbers for tomorrow. We have a couple euro numbers, the Spanish Services PMI and Italian Services PMI. Also the pound, same thing, and the non-manufacturing PMI for the dollar. So the euro could be in for a pretty volatile day tomorrow. These prices sort of leading up into a lot of news numbers may have caused this sort of really tight range that we've seen in the past few days. We've been trading between about 1.3038 and around 1.2981, and we still haven't really been able to break out of that yet. If we do see a pushback above these highs and we see a close back above that, and we do see either good numbers for the euro or a bad number for the US dollar, we could see a continuation back to the upside. So possibly a target around 1 point. Well, we'll point at this resistance or the support times resistance line at around 1.3156. You sort of have a nice bounce back back on the 22nd, back in February. Was a nice support line, turned to resistance in the end of February, and now that we're in March, we could possibly see another retest of this level. So definitely keep an eye out for this area on this chart and some of the other areas that we mentioned on the other charts. Sort of similarly to the Aussie dollar, if we do push up to this level, most likely the RSI will again be beginning to print overbought signals, and a push back to the downside would sort of confirm this area as a resistance level. So keep an eye out for the range that we're in right now. Keep an eye out for the extended range back to the upside. So thank you very much for watching. I'll post a video tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So thank you very much for watching, and good luck trading.